Hello, welcome and start the new topics, that is magnetism. In these lectures we are just to discuss the introductions of the topic of magnetism. In the introductions we are just discuss the lot of scientists and what are their main involvement to these topics or this theory about these topics. Then in these chapters, in these lectures, we are just discuss about the introductions of the magnetism. Before the discussions of the introductions of magnetism, we are just discuss about the magnet. What are the magnet? What are the magnets? And this is in the Marathi. This is called as chumbak. Okay. Not a chumban, this is a chumbak or magnets. The magnets having the two poles. The magnets have two poles. That is north and south poles. They have mainly two poles, that is north and south poles. When consider this is the magnets and this is the magnet, this is the south pole and this is the north pole. When I will be cut this in the lot of pieces or smallest pieces, but each pieces will be shows the one of the independent magnet. They have also south and north poles. When a big magnet, this is the one of the magnet, that is north, this is the N, and south poles, north and south poles. I will be cut or broke in the lot of pieces or in smallest pieces. Each individual pieces will be shows the independent property of the magnets. This is the second property of magnet. When broken of magnet, when we broken a magnet in smallest pieces, in a small pieces, in a small pieces, but each piece shows independent property of magnet or independent magnet. Independent magnet. This is the all about. In the science, the all opposite parts will be attract to each other. The male will be attract to each, male will be attract to females, and as like this, the positive charge attracts to negative charge, and then also the north pole is attracts to south pole. When I will be placed the one of the vertical magnets here, and this is the north pole and this is the south pole, then these are start to repel to each other, for they are like poles or same pole, same north and north pole will be repel to each other, and this same will be placed here. This is the north and this is south. This will be start to attract to each other. This is the one of the beautiful property or best property of the magnets. Now let's start to come in our proper chapters or our proper definitions of the chapters magnetism. In these lectures we are just discuss what are the magnetism and how can we start with the discover of this or invention of this. And in the history, the 600 years 600 BC, earlier 600 BC, this is all about the history of magnetism. The history of magnetism, you will be take introductions. Introduction of magnetism. The history was earlier 600 BC. This is the magnetism. One of the scientists, that is William Gilbert, in the 1544 to the 1603, they first systematically invented the phenomena of magnetism using the scientific methods. Then what is the name of the scientist? The name of the scientist is William Gilbert. Something will be in a spelling mistake, will be correct it. This is the William Gilbert in a 1544 to 1603. They are invent the systematically the phenomena of magnetism using some scientific methods. He also discovered the earth is, he discovered earth is one of the weak magnet, Earth will be attract to each object or each particles they will be live on the earth surfaces due to their gravitational pulls. And they said he also discovered the earth is one of the weak magnet. Then another scientist will become after this, the Danish physicist Hans Ørsted in the 1777 to 1851. It will be suggested the link between the electricity and magnetism. The Danish physicist, the country's Danish physicist Hans Ørsted. Hans Ørsted. Maybe it is some spelling mistake on their names. Hence Ørsted will be said in the 1777 to 1851. They will be shows the relationship between, electricity and magnetism. It shows the electricity and magnetism, the relationship between the electricity and magnetism, or it suggests the link between electricity and magnetism. Yeah, after this one another scientist will becomes, and they also use, or they will so suggested on these topics, the James Clerk Maxwell. James Clerk Maxwell. James Clerk Maxwell, the year will be learned here 1831 to 1879. 1831 to 1879. They will be also suggest some theory about the magnetism, and they provided that electricity and magnetism represent the different aspects in a same fundamental force field. They are represent electricity and magnetism. Electricity and magnetism represent the different aspects, represents the different aspects in same force field, in the same fundamental force field, in same fundamental force field. This is the statement of James Clerk Maxwell. In higher level educations, they give some equations. They are famous Maxwell equations. Maxwell 4 equations will be given about. They are shows the electricity, electric field and magnetic field. Then the fundamental force field. But what are our aim to discuss in this years in the topic of magnetism? But in the electrostatics topics, we are learn about the relationship between the electric field or force due to the electric charges and electric dipoles. In the electrostatics, we are learn about the relationship between the electric field and force due to the electric charges and electric dipoles. But in these lectures, in these topics, we just focus will on the elementary aspects of the magnetism and terrestrial magnetism. These are most important factors we will focus on the study of in this topics, that is magnetism.